can you just spin that?
You guys are on a tight time.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah.
They're all on a tight time schedule.
Yeah.
Go on, speed.
Okay, great. All right, so you've just come back to the UK, but you've been gigging here in the summer. How were your gigs?
I love doing gigs over here. Always have. It's different than everywhere else. I don't know what it is, but English audiences are usually batshit fucking crazy. More so than almost anywhere. And I like to sing. And that makes my job a lot easier.
What do Brits bring musically to the rest of the world?
Brits?
Yeah.
Well,
Everything.
do you want me to lay it down for you? This is a short interview, isn't it? I mean, personally, for me, everything from my two favorite bands ever, my whole life, the Beatles and Led Zeppelin, to some of my favorite punk rock bands, from the Sex Pistols to GBH, to some of my favorite current bands like Supergrass and God, remember Daisy Chainsaw? You can go on for ages.
Did you see any...
Chris knows a lot about England.
Is this a quiz?
Did you manage to catch any other bands when you were here in the summer? Did you see any other bands perform at any of the festivals?
I really didn't at all.
Didn't.
I walked all the way across one of those V Festival gigs through like miles of drunken, muddy people to go see Sinead O'Connor in one of the side tents, and it was unbelievable.
Great. I'm going to ask you about some British bands. If you don't know, we'll just skip them, okay? Have you heard of the Editors?
Heard of the Editors. Heard the Editors. Played with the Editors. The V Festival. Saw the Editors.
Did you?
Drank with the Editors. A little bit.
What do you think of the Editors?
I think that if it came to a drinking contest, definitely for sure, they'd go down. They don't seem like big drunks. I'm not a big guy, but my liver is like a nuclear power plant that can just sort of process through that stuff. So, they seem smart, and they don't.
They
don't
smart.
drink like I do.
Have you? Are you a fan of their music?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm not completely that familiar. I'm not familiar enough with their album to be the super fan. What about you?
I don't know them.
Okay.
I've heard of them.
Have you heard of Kasabian?
Kasabian.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We've played with them before, too.
I like that Empire song.
You like that?
It's a good song.
I don't know that one.
Changes right in the middle.
I think I drank with them, too. The big guy with the beard.
All those bands make me think of playing festivals in summertime over here.
Okay. What about James Blunt? He's broken America.
Not a huge fan, James Blunt. Not personally. I'm sure he's a great guy.
Okay, check it out. This is what I think about James Blunt. You've got Marilyn Manson. That guy's pretty crazy, right? You've got someone like, Syd Barrett. He was nuts, no question. I think James Blunt is the craziest motherfucker ever in the history of music. I'm only saying that just by looking at his eyes. He looks fucking crazy. Never met the guy. Don't know him. He might be the nicest dude in the world. But he looks fucking crazy to me. I love crazy people. But I don't really know much about his music. But he looks fucking crazy.
Fair enough.
I think his shows are probably the exact opposite. I saw like a live video of him. And the whole crowd was like beautiful women swooning over him. Our whole crowd are sweaty boys in Nirvana t-shirts. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's a polar opposite crowd.
Surely there's some beautiful women swaying in your crowd. Well, maybe just rock.
After the show, come on.
Just Dave's mom.
That's it.
Just Dave's mom.
Watch it, motherfucker.
That was a compliment.
Sorta.
Beautiful woman.
This mom's hot.
Okay, Kaiser Chiefs. Have you seen any?
Kaisers. We toured with the Kaiser Chiefs a bunch.
They're our good pals.
And we actually came up with a new way to drink whiskey with the Kaiser Chiefs. We
Spoons.
call it scoops.
Scoops.
Usually backstage you've got a metal scoop in the ice bucket to scoop the ice into the drinks, and we just started pouring the whiskey in the cold metal scoop and pouring it into each other's mouths that way. I like the Kaisers because they carry themselves like backstage. It's like they're Guns N' Roses or something like that, and then they get on stage and they're like, well, they don't really sound like Guns N' Roses, but they're one of those bands that they seem like really nice guys, but they're fucking bad.
I think they're nice, but I think they're pretty well behaved, though. Like, did you ever notice they party like before the show, but you never see them after the show?
Oh, do we?
They're not the after the show band.
Not well.
Or maybe they're just avoiding me.
Ricky,
I don't
that's
know.
it. So like, can we go somewhere Chris isn't? Sure.
What about the Arctic Monkeys? Have you managed to catch any of their performances?
No.
Okay. Have you heard any of them?
Yeah, I like the Arctic Monkeys music. I think it's cool, you know. I mean, that when I look at them, they're young, you know. And when I was a kid, like 15 or 16 years old, we had in the little punk rock scene in where I grew up, in my neighborhood, we would have shows at this like community center in front of other 16, 17-year-old kids. But it was like this breakneck hardcore shit, you know. And when I see the Arctic Monkeys, they just remind me of one of those bands that would have been at the community center. Just like these little kids that don't give a fuck. So, good on them.
You've just released your 6th studio album. Is it your best yet?
Well, we have to say that in order to make a lot of money. I mean, I like our new record a lot. I like all of them. That's the thing, is that when we go make records, we do it in our own studio, and we kind of hole ourselves up for a while until we're really ready to put out a record, and then we do. And so there aren't too many. There's a couple records with a couple songs that I can't really listen to anymore, or I never listened to after we recorded them. But most of the time when we release a record, it means that we like it. Just the fact that we've actually put it out means we think it's the right thing to do.
Do you think it deserves an international album nomination at the Brits?
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Is it nominated?
We don't know the nominations until the 14th of January.
What does Kanye always say? He says something like, if we don't win this award, that compromises the integrity of your award show. That's kind of what he says.
All of Britain.
Yeah, that's it. So if we don't win this one, then, which we won't, but if we don't, you're fucked.
So you don't have to be British to win a Brit Award?
What's
Yeah,
the international?
it's
The
Category.
internet. Okay, so there's like one.
International group
Right.
and international album. You've been
Yeah.
nominated for both in the past.
So if
there's
we
your
ever
cost.
moved to England, we would never get nominated for anything. Or maybe we would. I don't know.
You'd still be international because you're not born in Britain.
Oh, that's
do you know?
There's that heavy of a fucking criteria with this awards?
What if we get an English guy in the band?
Yeah. What if I marry
Then what?
an English woman? What about that? What if I have a baby here?
I'll have to check the rules.
What if I conceive my child in fucking London and then I come back? Am I going to get the fucking bestest breeder anthem of the fucking universe year?
I'll check the rules for you. So, whose album of the last year have you liked?
Internationally
Internationally or British?
or British?
Well, we'll start off with international.
Start off with international. Album 2007. Good.
The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. Was that 2007? I think it was. Or maybe it was 2006. I don't know. I like that record a lot.
I'm still thinking.
You?
Well, I really like the new Band of Horses record. I also like the new Minus the Bear record. Those are two albums that I think are really good.
That Fratelli's album, that's good. I think they're...
English album,
English?
though. Come on, we gotta
Isn't it,
think.
aren't they
If
English?
we're
Or are they
Scottish,
Scottish?
Scottish.
Oh, they're
It's
Scottish.
it still comes under Brits.
Okay.
Okay, I've
Say
got
that.
a couple that I'm going to run through. What about Kings of Leon?
Cool.
I like the Kings of Leon a bunch. They're real nice guys. You know what I like about Kings of Leon? Is that if you go out to a club with Kings of Leon, it's basically like going to a club with Van Halen, and it's 1982, and it's on, and you just when you think shit can't get any more out of control or any more wild, it's exactly what you'd imagine it, a night out with the Kings of Leon to be. They'll turn to you and they'll say, "Do you pray?" And I said, yeah, sometimes kind of. They're like, "You gotta pray, man. If you need a spiritual advisor, you just come to me." We go, "Okay," and then we get another couple rounds of tequila and do things we're not supposed to do. I like that.
What about Kylie?
I love Kylie. Kylie, I love you.
Does she have a new album?
She does. And unfortunately, Kylie has canceled her tour, I think. She hasn't.
No?
You sure?
No. Has she? Yeah. Oh.
Who's up to date?
Whoop, whoop!
Is that information?
They won! You
Yeah.
nothing! No, Kylie's awesome, man, because, I mean, not only, she just seems like she has this really good energy about herself. I know that sounds like a funny thing to say, but she seems like a good person. And when you can tell something like that from listening to an album or just, you know, seeing her around, she just seems like a good person. World needs more of those.
Kylie will probably be remembered, amongst other things, for her gold hot pants. What would the Foos be remembered for?
Chris's gold hot pants.
Got them on now, actually.
Yeah.
Under here.
What will the Foos be remembered for? Probably dressing up like women. But I don't know. Is that going to be on our tombstone?
I don't think that's for us to decide.
Good
Who's
answer.
are going to be remembered for.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What about Arcade Fire?
I love the Arcade Fire so much. I think their new record, Neon Bible, is... That, you know, I got to say that was probably my favorite album of this year. I mean, that had a lot of really... there were a lot of records I loved a lot, but there's something about the Neon Bible record that everything from the song structure to the production to the lyrics to just the melody, it's really it's an amazing record, I think. Like, that's kind of what most bands just aspire to do, is to make an album like that. And I think you just have to be the Arcade Fire to do that.
Great. You were nominated for International Group twice before, in 96 and 2003. You could be nominated again this year, because you've got an award, or got an album out. Other people could be...
Should we just do our acceptance speech now? Because we're probably not going to show up. We should probably do that.
You're
Right?
right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
We'll do that.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. I know we've been nominated for this 2 times before, never won it. 3 times a charm. And we'll see you out there at the festivals. Woo! Carling Weekend Lager.
Okay, thanks for that. Other people who could be up in the same category, King's Leon, we've talked about. What do you think of The Fray?
I don't know The Fray.
How to Save a Life. It's a huge
Who
track.
are they?
How to Save a Life was their last album.
The
It's like
Fray.
yeah.
Is it rock music?
They're soft rock. Not really hard.
Oh,
Okay, move on. Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy.
guitar player smokes a lot of weed.
That fucking guy
A lot of weed.
sat in our dressing room at the MTV Awards and got high for like a fucking hour and a half.
I thought they were like young kids.
They
just came
are.
in just like puff, 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 puff all day long.
Not even puff, puff, pass, just puff, 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 puff. That dude was
But he had like
fucking
a
high.
beard too. I don't know.
He's got a vibe, man. He's got a serious vibe. Yeah. So we like to think of them. Is it a stoner rock category? Because that's we think Fall Out Boy should be in the stoner rock.
Definitely.
Like them and who else?
Uh,
Fucking High on Fire and shit like that.
Which would you prefer to win if you had to choose international album or international group?
Group. Let's go with group.
Group. How about that?
Because that's all your albums.
Yeah, that's like the whole package.
Yeah, the whole deal.
I'd have to agree with Chris. Group. We want to be the best international group in the world. That's redundant, but I said that. Yeah.
What would picking up a Brit mean to you guys?
Everything.
Maybe if we get the award. How about this? If you guys give us the award, we'll promise not to come back.
Wait, what?
Well, so then if we get it, then we get the award, and then we can't come back
Never
anymore.
have to
But if
come
we
back
don't
again.
get it, then it feels like it means that they don't want us to stop coming back. Excuse me. Does that make sense? We don't really win awards. Awards mean nothing. This is from the heart.
When are the Brit Awards?
Fuck your trophies.
The 20th of February.
It's a funny thing. I mean, we were just at this other award ceremony recently. And we showed up because they asked us to play. We're like, really? You guys want us to play? This is for kids, isn't it? And then we played, and then they're like, oh, yeah, you're nominated for 2 awards. and it just doesn't even matter because we just don't really win that kind of stuff ever.
Okay, well, if you were to win one, how would you celebrate?
If we were to win a Brit Award, I'd say that our band celebrates in different ways. Some people, go to sleep and reflect on the years and years of hard work that we've put into this, and
I'd take
others,
a victory lap through Hyde Park.
Really?
Like on Prince Charles's steed or something.
I'd go to the Crowbar and drink Jaeger bombs all night and then pull the fire alarm and
that's another way of celebrating.
there's
It's
lots
all
of
valid.
ways to celebrate winning a Brit.
Fair enough. We've talked a little bit about some live acts you've seen. The live act has its own category. Have you ever seen the Rolling Stones live?
Yes,
We have seen them.
a couple times.
What do you think of them as a live act?
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to see the Rolling Stones in the 60s and 70s. We got to see them in the 90s and the 2000s.
I got to see them in the 80s.
Did you really?
89, I just squeaked in there.
Was that when Guns N' Roses was opening?
Yes, I went to that show at the LA Coliseum.
Oh, snap.
Unbelievable.
My wife was at that show.
Really?
Yeah. We played with the Stones in New York, I think in 97 or 98. And we're like, yeah, we're playing with the Rolling Stones, woo! This big stadium thing. And we're like, oh, we're going to party with the guys. It's going to be killer if we get there. And it's like a baseball stadium or football stadium. The place holds 100,000 people. Catacomb and dressing rooms and stuff. And we get there, we're like, cool, man, where's our dressing room? And it was a trailer in the parking lot, kind of about half a mile away from the stage. So that's where we got to hang out all night. And then actually my passes didn't permit me to watch the show.
Seriously?
Yeah, so I've kind of seen the Rolling Stones as I was getting kicked out. I'm sure they're awesome.
What about Muse?
Muse?
Mm-hmm.
I think Muse are an incredible band. Any musician looks at Muse and thinks, well, that's undeniable what they do. The singer, Matt, it's like, he's a real talent. That guy's a musical prodigy for sure. The whole band's great. They're amazing. I think Muse is, I would have to say that Muse is, they're definitely, I think, one of the best live bands that I've seen in years.
We got to tour with them so long ago, and
that's
those
right.
guys were like babies. This must have been one of their first trips to America.
It was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They were like kids.
Yeah.
And that was before they were popular in the States,
And were they very different then?
Well, I don't think they'd really established their whole, their sound yet. I think they were different. You know what? They just have better songs now. And so they were awesome then. But, for Matt to get out there in front of 15,000 Chili Peppers fans every night and give them some of that falsetto, I don't think it worked a lot of the time. But it's different now. They're incredible. I think they're amazing.
Fair enough. We're going to move on to newcomers. Have you seen any of Mika?
Mika, yeah. I like Mika. He gets the party started. We just saw him perform a couple days ago. He's a big dude.
Is he?
Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that.
Tall.
Yeah, he's big.
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
What about Mark Ronson?
I don't know much about Mark Ronson. I know that, he produced that Amy Winehouse record, right? Seems like he knows what he's doing, for sure. I haven't heard his album, though.
He also randomly DJ'd at Tom and Kitty's wedding.
He what?
That was how he kicked off in the States. He DJ'd at Tom Cruise and Kitty Holmes' wedding.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I'll
There you go.
want some of that money.
That's a random fact.
So he plays
for you
weddings, is what you're saying. That's cool.
as well, but only celebrity ones.
Crap. You missed mine.
Okay, so Brits is known for big extravaganza performances. In the past, we've had Singing Watermelons with the Scissor Sisters, Destiny's Child set the stage on fire. What, if you could perform at the Brits, what would your ultimate performance be?
Destiny's Child lit the place on fire. Scissor Sisters had the big Singing Watermelons.
We don't really like pyro. So
We can't really do explosions. We don't really do that kind of thing.
Kanye
We've already
West,
done lasers.
We've done lasers. What Kanye do?
90 gold ladies. He painted 90 ladies gold and had them marching out as show ponies all
That's
around
it.
him.
I guess we just have to play in the nude. I don't know. Has anyone done that?
Chili Peppers? Nobody?
Not even
Chili
at
Peppers.
Chili's?
Mm-mm.
Not with the socks on cocks? No? I guess we just have to go nude then.
Let's do it.
Why not? I'm not afraid.
Fair enough. What has been your most memorable onstage moment
Ever?
ever?
How do you narrow that down?
There was once when I had food poisoning in Japan where I spent all day just trying to keep it together and get it out, and walked on stage, performed about 6 or 7 songs, and then realized there wasn't anything I could do to hold back from just exploding in front of the audience. So I ended the song and I said to them, okay, you guys, this is a Japanese audience. I don't think I understood one word of what I was saying. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the bathroom. We're going to take like a 10-minute break, and then I'm going to come back and finish the show. So you guys, like, be cool. I'll be back in a second. And I, like, ran to the bathroom and got into the bathroom, which is just on the other side of the stage, and realized there was absolutely no way I was going to get out of there. So the tour manager kind of, like, knocks on the door. It's like, Dave, are you coming out? I said, no way. I can't even move. There's no way this is going to happen. So then he goes back out, and I hear this translator go, "Hey, to announce that the show is over." And I just hear this chanting, like, of boos and, like, Dave Grohl, asshole! Dave Grohl, asshole! Dave Grohl! As I'm having explosive diarrhea and vomiting all over the bathroom. So that's probably one of my favorite live moments ever.
What's been your weirdest onstage moment?
Well,
That's
you can
probably.
take this one.
I don't know. I don't know how you top the diarrhea story. The idea of getting booed while you have diarrhea is so bizarre.
You know what? Kick a man while he's down. Fuckers.
Okay, what do you guys get things thrown at you on stage?
You know, the other night someone threw up a thong, a pink thong, on a hanger with a little note that said, "Dave, put this on and take a picture of yourself for me." The fuck was that? And she was staring right at me, too. Like, it had, like, you know, just do it, Dave. What's the big fucking deal?
I think that woman wanted to have sex with you.
Well, I took the thong. Oh, never mind. Took the thong home and took pictures and joke's over.
Normally, backstage at the Brits, there's normally quite a lot of rock and roll excess. Could you tell us a brief story about rock and
You
roll
mean like
excess?
cocaine? Are we dancing around that?
No. Keeping it relatively clean. We do have a watershed on this program.
Well, you want to hear, like, party stories? Party stories are boring. Those best nights,
Nah,
you
I'm
don't
a
even
dozen.
fucking remember them. I do know the other night, night before last, drunk as fuck, walking around the streets, and it was 5 a.m. We just ate a bunch of hot dogs and crap like that, which saved our lives. But I just remember walking around the streets like, you ever want to get hit by a car? Really? Let's get hit by a car. And do you remember that?
Yes.
I just wanted to get hit by a car. That's all I wanted to do.
Thankfully, you didn't.
No, thanks Bailey. Thanks Bailey.
Hey,
Okay, when you turn on your TV, what do you like to see at award shows like the Brits?
I like to see bands performing. That's my thing. Like, and I like to see musicians.
Actual bands.
I don't want to see any fucking lip syncing. I don't want to see one stripper pole. I just want to see musicians play. I want to see drummers. I want to see, if there's a drummer in the band, you got me. Like, I want to see bands performing live. I don't care if it sounds fucking perfect. I like it when it doesn't. I just want to see bands, man. Because a lot of award ceremonies, it's nothing but a mic that's not even on, with 30 people dancing around behind it.
That makes bands like us sound worse. Because
When
you know what I
it's
mean?
not fair.
When we come out and we actually play, like, you know, real live music is loose. You know, and then somebody else comes out and lip syncs and dances around, and it just makes us look bad.
Just play your fucking
Worse than we
instruments.
do anyway. You know?
Yeah.
Your perfect date for the Brits?
I'd be taking my wife to the Brits. That'd be a good date.
I'd probably take my wife as well.
Your fantasy rider item?
Oh, we had one the other day. Well, that's stupid. Frisbees is such a dumb thing. It doesn't make... Our drummer Taylor's starting to act like an old hippie. You know? He hates anything past 1971. Fucking sucks. It's bullshit that fucking sucks. So I kind of want to start putting Frisbees on the rider just so I can watch him run around a field with his long hair and his beard.
Did the Frisbee make it to England? Oh, that was okay.
Okay.
It's not like Vegemite, dude. I know. There's Frisbees
It might have been like a regional thing.
Fusion music, how would they feel about
I just... This is called a boomerang.
Do y'all have the telephone over here?
Yeah, but not electricity. Paul McCartney is in the running for Lifetime Achievement. You mentioned the Beatles.
He hasn't gotten it yet?
Yeah, who's gonna beat him? Is it like Paul versus Ringo or something? Like, who else could...
We just know that he's one of the contenders at the moment. Would you do a little... What do you think of him?
I think your award show's fucked unless Paul McCartney already has the award. That's insane.
It should just be a given.
Yeah. I can't imagine he's going to sit there with his fingers crossed like, fuck, I hope I get it this time. Give me a break. It's Paul McCartney. What? How long have you been doing this award show? How long has it been? 10, 20 years? How?
More.
More? How long? You got to fucking wait for that one. Who got it last year? Do you know?
Oasis.
Who?
Oasis.
Oasis got it before fucking Paul McCartney? Look, man, I love those Oasis guys. Come on. Really? That's fucked.
Before Oasis, Paul Weller.
What, am I going to get it next year?
The Spice Girls
It sounds
got
like
it.
I'll get it before fucking Paul McCartney does. That's ridiculous.
The Spice Girls got it.
We got to talk about something else. You're making me mad now.
Okay. Can I ask you to record this, please? I'll let you read it. No, I'll hold it up.
to camera? Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave
And I'm Chris.
from the Foo Fighters. Make sure you watch the Brit Awards 2008 launch on ITV2, where you can find out all the nominations. Okay, there we go. Hey everybody, I'm Dave.
And I'm Chris.
Hey, make sure you watch the Brit Awards 2008 launch on ITV2, where you can find out all the nominations. Motherfucker.
There's one more.
Here, I'll just hold this here.
Do you want me to hold it in front
Yeah,
of the
that's
camera?
probably a good idea. Hey everybody, I'm Dave.
And I'm Chris.
From the Foo Fighters. Tune in to ITV on the 20th of February to see the Brit Awards.
And can we have one more where you go, same thing, but then go to see us perform at the Brit Awards?
Ooh.
Were you trying to sit February 20th? I'm on tour, baby. I can't make that.
Just in case, covering ourselves.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave.
And I'm Chris.
We're in a band called the Foo Fighters, and tune into ITV on the 20th of February to see us perform at the Brit Awards. What a treat.
That's great.
And scene.
That was brilliant. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thanks.